Slayer podcast.
Hey, I'm Daniel Cates, and this is Slayer's podcast right here on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, X, and Clapper. This is a podcast where we talk about a whole lot of nothing, short stories and snippets of my life and poems. And guys, for audio, no longer am I only on Spotify. You can also find my audio full podcast, Slayer podcast, Daniel D. Cates, the S is a $sign, on all major platforms that host podcasts. So guys, today, just gonna, borrow a little bit of your time, something to make you think, make you laugh, make you smile. So it storms in all of our lives, guys. It definitely does. For the people that don't face hardships, please stick around and listen to this, because maybe if your life is more fruitful than your neighbor, then maybe you can somewhat level with what they're going through. So guys, I like to always say, appreciate your wins in life, whatever that may be. Never neglect those. But try not to stay there for too long, because you can stay in that spot where things are going so well, and then you lose track of how you got there in the first place, I would say. And then the other thing, I kind of wanted to touch on, because again, this isn't a full podcast, just kind of letting you know, giving you a taste of what you guys can look forward to on the actual podcast. Don't be afraid to roll the dice. That did not go well, but nevertheless, we're going to keep it going. So that's perfect. You roll the dice on your life, and it may work out, it may not. And like I share with anybody that talks to me, about deciding to make certain changes or moves in their life, I always try to tell them, will it bother you? And I use the term, because I'm about to be 40, guys. I always use the term that 40 years from now, do you feel not attempting to do what you want to do, or not attempting to make that, whatever that move is, whatever change, alteration you're wanting to make in your life, 40 years from now, will it matter? Will it not matter? Will it matter if it works out? Will it matter if it don't work out? And that's kind of how I try to go about my life. And as I've gotten older, there's some things that definitely just don't matter whatsoever. Just do not matter at all. So the way I try to explain any major decisions you guys are going to make is, can you weather the storm if it doesn't work out? Are you willing to go through the hardships? Because on paper, it's easy to say, if it works out, fine. If it don't work out, fine. You may or may not have something to fall back on. But for me, like most major, podcasters or famous people say, I've made a lot of crazy decisions without a plan B. And it is not easy. I promise you guys, it is not easy. But I tell anybody some of the things I've went through. Again, plugging the podcast, check out that podcast. If it's things, you can get it back. And I share with anybody, losing stuff sucks, breakups suck, hardships suck, but you can get that stuff back. You can. But I wouldn't encourage anyone to make a move without putting a plan together. Like, planning is smart. attacking things without a plan B is smart, because you can, in a way, go into something with, if this don't work out, I can always go back there. But the conversations that I often have is, you already know what's back there. I say it regularly. You already know what's back there. So why attempt to do something different in your life with the thought, well, if it don't work, I can go back there. Don't make that an option. I feel like we should always try to step forward, challenge ourselves every day. Don't get too comfortable, and again, appreciate the wins. And then I want to leave you guys with this. Appreciate the people that are in your life. Utilize some of their opinions. You guys know the people that are in your lives regularly. Don't be the smartest person in your circle, I would say, because if that's the case, then you tend to have everyone agree with you in whatever decision you want to do, or you don't have that person that can push you into that next chapter, next journey of your life. And then people will not always be on board when you start wanting to make those adjustments. And you'll notice that you will leave people behind when you start improving your life. And that's just kind of how it is. And then in a way, you kind of know, who's truly beneficial to you and who truly is supposed to be there in your life. But guys, that's all that I have. I see the time is getting a little bit out of hand for just a snippet of the Slayer podcast. But I encourage you guys to check me out. Give me a shot, one episode, and decide from there. Until next time, to be continued. Peace.